Nobody's calling the gym.
The gym?
Yep, the sprinkler system activated. She's filling out like a swimming pool. The rugby team is treading water.
Do not worry. It's good exercise. Once I tread the water for 6 days after falling out of canoe.
Staff meetings are more important than anything else. Everyone must attend no matter what.
It's okay. Just breathe. It's gonna be okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I have meetings on Monday and Tuesday.
Now, attention, please. Shut up!
Oh, I hope we haven't missed anything. We were outside picking flowers.
Those flowers are the property of the school district 21.
No one owns flowers, Miss Poppet. They belong to nature.
Over at Martin Secondary, it kicked us out for pulling up flowers.
We do not pull them. We snip them and place them in a vase for our enjoyment of our lovely students. We put them in the middle of the drama circle and meditate for hours. Maybe that's why our actors are under rehearsed.
Silly woman. Our actors learn by osmosis. They absorb their roles.
We get the scripts printed on bed sheets, and the actors sleep with their words wrapped around them. Night by night, they absorb more and more, and they're not allowed to shower until they wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, and see the characters looking right back at them.
We really must get started.
Thank you, Mr. Strong. Now, we don't want to keep you from your classes, so I'll cut straight to the chase. Educational research has shown that effective schools have staffs who engage in collaborative efforts to raise the standards of academic achievement. That's not to say we are not collaborative. However, much work remains to be done in the sense that work is being done on a daily basis, so that we have gotten closer to our agreed-upon goals of last year's committee's recommendations forwarded to the staff. As you may recall, for ratification, after reviewing the wording, there may have been some wording that stood out as redundant, and I'll take responsibility for that. If you bear with me for just a few more moments, the final efforts are to be commended thanks to Bob and Sally, who have worked long and hard on the substance of the report. If we tend to drift in our efforts, that's foreseeable and correctable. Though, some months will pass slowly before answers are apparent. I think we all know that knowing is exceptional, except in some instances.
Miss Blair.
Within our grasp, with no time for an overhead, and I apologize though the main points are made, I think, if you recall, the thrust of the initiative and the figures indicate a positive trend throughout the spectrum. Now, at more than 2.3%, I think, if memory serves, the middle way is the best in these matters.
Mary.
Yes, Mr. Strong.
The staff's Mary. The catatonic.
I tried to keep it brief.
That was the briefest speech I've ever heard a principal make to a staff.
Then why are they catatonic?
I think, after years of listening to principals make speeches, they've had all they can take.
All they can take?
They've shut down completely, like circuit breakers after an electrical overload.
How will we revive them?
The only way a school staff can be revived.
You don't mean...
Yes.
All right, give it.
Free Krispy Kreme donuts and Starbucks coffee for everyone. All right, Ash, wait, we'll tell you why you're here.
This file will give you a folder outlining the evacuation plan in the event of toxic fumes spewing from the ventilation system. Any questions, Mr. Shorts?
Are the kids supposed to go home after we evacuate?
No, they are to stay on school property.
But not in building with nasty fumes.
Not in the building, Miss Blair. Miss Digit?
But isn't the building part of school property? You said they're to stay on school property.
Yes, on school property, but not in the building. Ms. Plainer.
The building is property, right? And this is a school, so that makes it school property.
The school building is school property, but that's not the part of the school property they are to stay on. Miss Lawmaker?
What part of the school property are the kids to stay on?
The field. The field is the only school property they are to stay on. Roland.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the field belongs to the city, so it's not school property.
It is city. The field can be considered school property in an emergency. Miss Romo?
If the field's not school property, the kids might not stay on it.
They'll stay on it if you tell them it's school property when there's an emergency. Mr. Baughman.
Why don't the students stay on the parking lot, which is school?
The school property, the parking lot is school property, but that's not large enough space for the school property for the kids to stay on. It's flat.
Once we use property, it sounds so capitalist.
We must use it because that is what we understand. Miss Spelling.
Okay, if the field is only school property in a real emergency, what is it in a drill that's not a real emergency?
The field is city property, but we use it for sports, so we can use it for drills. Miss Rentwell?
If we have a drill, do we tell the kids the field is city property or school property?
You just tell them to go out on the field. If one of them asks, tell them to see me about it. Miss Mears.
The students will be standing in their shoes and socks, which are their own property. So should we tell them to remove their shoes and socks so that they are standing on city property that we are calling school property in an emergency?
The socks and shoes are an interface between the student and the field. This interface provides a comfortable transition from the public to the private, a sort of protective buffer between the state and the child, if you will, Ms. Sofka.
So it's conceivable that a student could take 2 school garbage bags, put the bag into each leg, secure the bag with twist ties, scamper off, and secure in the knowledge that they're standing on the school property no matter where they are.
If I see a boy running away in a pair of garbage bags, I will personally tackle him and yank the damn things off his legs myself, all right? Miss Duke.
Miss Blair, I wondered if you'd be willing to iron my shoes and pants for me this afternoon.
Perhaps you could hire a student.
Huh?
Miss Philo?
If there's an evacuation to the field, I should notify the city because it's city property, but I won't be able to phone from the office if toxic fumes are eating my face and melting my eyeballs.
Just get out of the building and notify the city by cell phone. Miss Huffle.
Did Mr. Goop say hands or ass?
Hands. Any other questions? Anyone? Anyone? Miss Dockett?
Miss Duke could get trampled in an evacuation.
A rope has been installed in Miss Duke's science lab. She will be pushed to the window and lowered to the ground. Miss Bucket.
I don't work here regular, but I would just like to say that the toilets here have very narrow throats. No wonder why poor Mr. Lapham got his hand trapped in one.
The Health and Safety Committee have looked into the toilets and concluded that they meet legal standards.
It's fine and dandy until you get your hand stuck in